All right, ladies, gentlemen, and kiddies, finally, with mic, with a proper camera setup, I will finally test the Yamaha FJ-09 MT-09 900 Chaser. This is what I keep calling to everyone as the FXR Junior. With bags, use their pegs to get into the bike. Why did I say finally? Just look at the video of my previous attempts to record this bike.
Very powerful, very nice, very good nice.
FYI, this is the same bike that I rode back in Las Vegas when I had no microphone back then. So finally, I will do a proper taste test review of this bike. Yes! Okay, this is the FJ-09, or the Tracer, you call it. While we're waiting here, ergonomics check. I'm 6'3" tall, 32-inch inseam, 200 to 220 pounds, and I'm full flat-footed. This part touches me a little bit, part of the Crossplane 3 engine. This bike is one of my favorite bikes. In fact, this is one of my top 5 bikes to own. Similarities to the red one over there, the FZ-09. Same cross-plane engine, CP3 engine, Chris Paul, whatever you call it. Same slipper clutch system, same throttle mapping, but in a taller body. And this gauge right here, it shares with the Super Tenere, of course with less features, and it doesn't have the Super Tenere badging in it. And then this blank right here is a downgrade from the Super Tenere. Unfortunately, the Yamaha don't have that feature right here. That's for the cruise control system. If you have, there's a kit from McCruise from Australia that you can get a wire system on it and just get a used switchgear from the Tenere or the FJR. You have a choice between the two. So it can be a plug-in input to this bike, which is awesome. This is not a completely stock FJ-09. This one has the Yamaha touring windscreen, the left and right saddlebags, and the awesome Yoshimura exhaust for the FZ series, for the Crossplane 3 engine series. There's a cheat sheet right here, as you can see. Yeah. So since I rode this bike before, I will go standard mode first. There's your trip thing here. And then your TCS, you have to stretch out first. You can turn it full off if you hold the TCS button over here. But I'll be safe, I'll just go TCS 1. Side mirror, standard fare FZ, MT, Super Tenere. You can hear the juiciness of this engine. Alright. Oh, the sound of this engine! It reminds me of X1000 XR. This is my alternative to the XR if I have no budget. It has the same characteristics. Go. This is my favorite Yamaha by far. Oh, very nice, very, very nice. Just like the S1000 XR. Of course, you gotta put the Yoshi exhaust in this one. It has that crackle popping sound. As you let go of the throttle, it goes blah, 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 blah. It's so satisfying to hear. Yeah, the part of the engine is touching my on the side of my knee area. You just have to adjust your leg work while your legs are down, but it's a minor emission. Vibe issues, you can definitely feel the vibes on this bike between 3,000 to 6,000 revs. As you can see, when I used to ride it back in Vegas with no microphone, I can recall the vibe starts around from 3,000 and it goes all the way to 6,500 revs. You can definitely feel the S1000 XR-like vibrations, but it's acceptable on this bike because it's basically a third of the price. See, there's one FJ-09 over there. Oh no, it's an FJ. You just bought it. Okay. Look at the sound. I'll shut up once we get to the freeway. But if you're keeping it down, keep the revs low. Right now I'm on 5th gear. I have no wind buffeting from this touring screen right now. The vibes doesn't bother you right now. This is very, very nice bike. It's a quality bike. If only this bike has a cruise control. Yep, it's a real FJ. In fact, I'll get this bike in white too, if ever I get to buy one. Unlike most motorcycles, I think the FZ has LED drive time running lights. Clutch bite, it's more on the shallow side. Oh! Oh, serious talk now. This bike can push you away, but the good thing is you got enough room for you to modulate your stance in this bike. It's not like the Scott Bobber. You really have to lean forward to hang on it. And take note, I'm just using the standard mode. Let me try A means the awesome mode. Let's go. Oops. Sorry. Okay, I misshifted on that one. I forgot I was on 2nd gear. This is a bike that it can adjust to your personality, to whatever you feel like. The A mode is very sharp. It's almost like a cable throttle. The rear brakes has a little mush. It has a little play, but it's still direct. The front brakes is still very direct. Not enough play, as you can see right there. It's an awesome bike. Can't wait for to test this windshield, the freeway. Oh, the sound's so good. See, you can hear that Yoshimura exhaust. It's hard to judge it from your speakers of your TV or from my cheapy microphone. But you gotta hear it for yourself in person to be highly satisfied of this bike. The sound that emanates from the Yoshi exhaust. So far the touring windscreen is working. It doesn't give me too much bobbing in the head. And I still have some wind buffeting on my shoulders, that's okay. Especially right now, it's 104 degrees outside. Oh, okay. I'm just grinning from ear to ear right now because this might be the closest bike that I will own. If I get to buy the bike, if I don't have the budget for the S1000 XR or the Super Duke GT, this might be my second or third choice already, because everything in this bike does so right. On the 2016 version, I didn't like it that much because I did not like its throttle mapping. It has a very grabby on-off feel on it. This one has a better throttle mapping, so it's not as abrupt, it's not as annoying. If you push it a little bit more, This is an FZ-09 with a taller riding position. And this will, if you're not careful, this bike will do wheelies on for you. Oh my god, this bike is just amazing. It's a bike, you don't need a sport bike with this. Okay, I like the Ford Flex too. Let him go first. So it has LED headlights. It only lights up on one side on my left, right here. On highway speeds, I don't feel the vibes too much on the... There's still some of the handlebars. You can fix that with the gummy grip or bar end weights. Now you can feel a little bit on your butt, but that's also can be fixed with a sergeant seat or Corbin or whatever seat you want to have. It's still customizable. The aftermarket place on this bike is still very good. Actually, it has more goodies on this bike than the, I think equally to the Super Tenere. I'm not so sure. Yeah, I can feel the wind buffet on my helmet right now. But it doesn't bother me. Some bikes, they will annoy me. Ducatis. Or some of them will jitter you till you fall off the bones, so you can stoop down like this. It's a bike that you can use whatever you feel like. You can turn this bike into a commuter bike or a R1, like that guy over there. He's having fun with his R1, but I'm having way more fun in this FJ-09 or the Tracer or the MT-09 Tracer or FJ-09, or whatever. It's the bike for me, I think, because since I have minimal to no experience on off-roading, so I don't need a bike that can do too much off-road. I just need to ride a bike for long distances, and that's pretty much it. So I just came to realize after riding multiple bikes in the market right now, I just realized that I don't need a bike like the V-Strom that can go off and off-road. And since V-Strom you can do sand optional, but I don't think I might need a bike like that. I think I need a bike that can highly satisfy me during the daily grind, commuting or highway riding like that earlier. The A mode is just awesome, so I'll just go to B, which is the they call it boring mode or rain mode. My shoes are untied again. Both. Ah, that's stupid. Always this shoe. I need to get a new shoe, although I barely use this one. I'll just have to be careful. This is the B mode right now. Okay, sorry for the pause there. The B, if I ever own this bike, I will start with the B mode because it doesn't have, it's not the response. It's like a cruiser style. It's not as responsive. In the standard, it's a little bit more. And then on the A, it's a little bit more instant. If I keep it to B, I think I might have a more relaxing riding experience on this thing. It can be a lazier bike if you wanted to. That's a good thing about the FJ or the Tracer. It's a bike that whatever you feel like doing. It's a bike that if you feel like hooning around, you can. You can wheelie this bike. I don't have the skill level to do that, but it is possible. I've seen some YouTube videos doing it. You can also equip this bike with a quick shifter. I don't know what type of quick shifter that does that bike have, but I haven't tried the quick shifter on the triple Yamaha triple yet, or even the FZ-10. Oh well, one day. I'm not very. It's not a priority. It makes you feel lazy. In the end, when I rode that the BMW S1000 series, it's a bike that lazies you up. It makes you feel. It makes you. It'll turn you into a lazy bum if you ride that bike, because you take that quick shifter, you will take it for granted too much, and you will be heavily relying on it to the point that you almost forgot to ride a manual transmission bike. At least this one has more immersiveness. Turning is really good. It's an amazing bike. This is one of my top 3 bikes that I've ever ridden. I'm not joking. Yeah, haters. That's my opinion. I'm a beginner. I'm not like you. You go to your racetracks. You go to your off-roading. I'm a beginner, so give me some slack here, alright? I can still stand up on this bike. Very good. But the bars needs to be risen a little bit more. But it's not a priority right now. Suspension is subtle. Low speed ability is good. You don't feel the top heaviness of this bike. The weight is still low down as it is. Okay. Neutral. Turn it off. Off. See you next time, it says. I wish I could see you next time. Okay, kickstand. It's hard to locate, and this one has a center stand, which is good. With the side bags, you gotta get out from your pegs. With this side bags, it made this tacked-on headlight. It looks good. It looks better. And see that? FJ-09 for the triple series. Awesome sound. The touring windscreen, there's some better options out there. I haven't figured out on how to adjust this windscreen, but whatever. And these handguards, I don't know if it's tough enough to breach branches, but it looks sturdy enough, so can't complain on that. And the benefit of a 2-piece seat, you can put this as a luggage rack again, and wherever you want to put it. So this is the FJ Tracer. 2 thumbs up, all the way up. And all I can say is see you next time. Peace out.